Hi there, time for Spider and Old Scooter, Spider Solitaire, iMac version, Scooter Me, of Olde fame. We'll be playing Spider Solitaire, Spider Solitaire, which is a game, if you don't know, you should get to know. It's a darn good game, one of my favorites. Real time waster, one of those. As usual, by the way, this is the Doggone edition of Spider No Solitaire. I'll explain that. Today's politics are too hard to get too deep into. I mean, we have President Trump switching horses in mid-gallop over and over again. People are all fired up about it. I can't think of anything new I could say tonight. Everybody's talking about it. However, I've been talking about it all day. I've been blogging about it. I've been commenting on the comment sections and commenting on the articles and commenting on the commenters, and, I've been throwing my whole self at it. Let the world know how I feel, because the world really needs to know that. So we're not going to do that. I will have one little thing about it. I drew a cartoon. I drew it yesterday, and today Tom Towles, the Washington Post super cartoonist, drew one not unlike mine. Way better, of course, but I'll show it to you a little later. Right now, let us play. Oh, now we're going to have to do all the sizing stuff. I always think I think ahead, but I really don't. You may have noticed that this two-picture trick is different tonight. I'm using this camera twice. Watch. It's exactly the same. See? Whereas I've been using a camera that flips around to mirror image, which is in some ways more interesting, but it has a little doodah along the bottom that I can't get rid of. And you know me, if I can't get rid of it, I just chuck it. You probably didn't know that about me, did you? Horrible thing to learn at this state of the relationship. So here we go. That seems to be another game, so I'll do it away. I do play during the day when I get frustrated or need relaxing or can't think of what to write next on my fictional endeavors. Fictional endeavors, easy for me to say. So we're going to play a game. We play the two-suit version. If you're not familiar with the game, it'll become perfectly obvious within minutes how it works. It's pretty much like almost other solitaire games, except it's different. This is a gambling game. You can take chances, risks, in hopes of improving your fortune. If that's not gambling, I'm an old boot. I suppose that's a discussable issue, but... Alright, so I'm only going to play this first deal, and then I'll play the third deal, and then I'll play the sixth and last deal as far as what we're doing here. So now I will look carefully again to see. That's a gambling move. See, I blocked that 5. That's a very cheap move. I didn't spend much money. I just blocked one card. If I had a red 8 like this one or that one and said, well, I think I'll try this. Well, that's an expensive move because it blocks 4 in a stack. And there are times you make expensive moves and times you don't. This time I don't. But in this game, you can try it out, and if your expensive move has a pretty spectacular outcome, you get 4 or 5 more moves, and hey, it was cheap. Okay, so I'll just keep plugging along here till I run out of moves, and then I will do the magic time switch and go zipping to the third deal. You see anything else? I'm not. Okay, so we'll do this. I'll be black in a fash. Okay. I played the second deal. Now I'm going to play the third deal as advertised with you watching. We didn't make much progress in the second deal, but any progress is good with me. It doesn't have to be great. Read a thing today. No, last night I read it. It was in American Gods, Neil Gaiman. And he was talking about Las Vegas and how you're surrounded by invitations when you walk in, and that people really, even though they say they're playing to win, somehow perversely play to lose money. There's something life-enhancing in that. So, I wish I had that attitude. I'd enjoy this game a lot more because I forever lose in it because of the intelligence of the AI running it, beating me. Must be a good one. Well, that third hand I was going to show off for you with is just unshow-offable, which makes it awful and unshow-offable. I'll do a little restack here, and I have a King 7 stack. Stop that. Which is okay. If I came down here with this and freed that 10, what would I do with it? Not much. Play this 9 on it. Emancipating this 10-4 stack, which do I need? Not immediately. So I think I'll call the third deal done. And I'll be back with you in a minute for more Spider. But why did I call it the Doggone game? Well, we lost our dog Lulu. Lulu the Airedale, 10 years old, maybe 11. We rescued her from a terrible situation. She had thyroid issues and she weighed 219 pounds. Airedale that size, her bone structure's supposed to weigh maybe 75. So that was a very chubby dog. Had lost her hair, this awful medical problem. So we got her medicated properly with the proper medications, wouldn't you guess? And fed her carefully and exercised her and loved her and took care of her. And she got down to 75 pounds and her coat came back shiny and nice. And she's a sweet old dog. And she wanted to go home. She'd lived in an awful circumstance. But when you live as a dog wherever you have for that long, you want to go home. There were a bunch of kids at her home, and I'm sure she missed them. But after a few months, she stopped going to the gate and sort of fell in with our kids. We have 3 other Airedales, younger and healthier. But then she got lymphoma, And lymphoma is basically untreatable unless you're a crazy person who wants to spend $50,000 on your dog. Some people do. And if they can afford it, power to them. I wish they would send that money maybe to the starving folks in Somalia or something, but dogs are deserving of our love and so forth. But anyway, she did pretty good. Prednisone, and she had to have some antibiotics. She had some weird in her blood count and all that. So we took care of her, spent some money on her. Mainly tried to keep her comfortable, so feeding her a little steak for her hospice meals. And about 3 months into it, which was last Saturday, she crashed. She'd been feeling worse and worse, low energy, and then, boom, she fell down, couldn't get up. We helped her and so forth. She just deteriorated rapidly over 3 days. Put her down on Monday. Wonderful, sweet, mobile vet who comes out and delivers the coup de grace. I wish when I get that sick I could call the vet and have them come out and put me down. And maybe by then it'll be possible. Because I intend to live another, 50, 60 years. 130, that wouldn't be bad. No, that'd be good. See a lot of weird stuff between now and then, I bet. So that's why I say doggone, because our dog, Lulu, is gone. Okay, I'll be back to play the 6th deal with you in un momento. Well, the cards in between then and now, taking no time at all, didn't give me much. I only had 29 legal plays, in the whole game. So I'm $79 behind, $500 to play, $550 to break even. At $471, I'm $79 in the hole. I have that last card. I did say I would say something about the god-awful thing going on always with Charlottesville and all the stuff that's happened since and around it. And it's tied up with the great eclipse is coming. The most amazing thing, a total eclipse going to stripe across America, and people are just going to die of ecstasy. It's going to be so good. But anyway, I think those two events, we've got all the stuff Trump is doing where he seems to support people that probably don't need much encouragement, and he's encouraging the heck out of them. And I think he's violating a lot of sort of the basic principles of good old USA. Just a personal opinion there, but I drew a cartoon and vowed to show it to you. What is that? I've covered my cartoon with you. There it is. Pretty good, huh? Big old thing. And it combines both my feelings that Trump is eclipsing morality, self-respect, leadership, truth, justice, decency, and sanity. And I could have put a whole bunch more, but I couldn't make it work artistically. So in the Washington Post this morning, this was yesterday, I'm the Scooter D of whom the drawing occurred. Tom Tolles, ace, super-duper, award-winning cartoonist for the Washington Post, draws something similar. He's got the moon, and he's got this shadow of Trump's profile coming across it, which is better than this, of course. Of course it is. But anyway, you don't find the average science fiction card-playing twerp drawing political cartoons all the time. I thought I'd show you. Sort of proud of it. Don't know why. I'll show you another cartoon one of these days. But anyway, we're going to play the last deal, the hospice round. Not much chance. Pardon me. I have not punched through the thin blue line. I have not made any scores. I'm $79 in the hole. Deal, McBeal. Oh, this is just going to be wonderful. I can tell how good it's going to be. Put one of these aces on there. Could I use that 7? Well, no, I couldn't. If I did this, could I use that 3? Well, no, I couldn't. I guess I could. So which one of these will I cover? I'm going to do a little something here. Don't be impatient. I'll do this and that. And I'll tell you a better dog story as I hammer down the final nails in this cough bin. I've been coughing today again. Not much, just when I turn on the camera. It knows. I took another of our Airedales, Yoko. She came to us as Coco. We rescue Airedales, but she has these up ears. Most Airedales have these floppy ears, which is up ears, and she's beautiful and she's funny. And Coco just didn't seem right, and we're big Yoko fans here, so her name is Yoko, and she and I went up the hill today. Oh, stupido. The hill being like a 300-foot, not terribly steep, but kind of steep, hill behind our house. Goes up onto the back plateau of our land. And it's a good aerobic experience going up that hill. And I usually have the dogs on a leash, or the dog, or whatever I'm doing. So we went off-leash today, and it's part of a long, slow process of training this dog who had never been off-leash, has never been off-leash, and all the time she wants royalties. So we went up the hill with her off-leash. I was carrying some chopped-up frankfurters. I'm out of time. But it was great. It was way better than burying your old dogs. So doggone and dog up. Sorry I didn't win the game for you. Be sweet, be nice, be considerate, be patient. Adios.